All right, let's get Jenna back on here. This was an interesting twist yesterday because we had Jenna on. She has been very interested in starting to date one of her friend's exes.
Yeah, so the history with Jenna and this guy, she's actually had a crush on him for years, but she's always just bit her tongue and she has never said anything. So she's had this crush, and then one of her friends, she has expressed, this is not a best friend, it's not a top tier friend, A tier. She called her more of a B minus. But this person is in the circle. She sees her on the regular, talks to her on the regular. So if anything got messy or went awry, it would be uncomfortable. So Jenna's like, hey, I want to reach out to this guy, test the waters. That's what we came up with, to see if he would even be open to dating somebody his ex is friends with, right? And so we did that. We sent these 5 anonymous questions. He answered them. And after he answered them, it seemed like, hey, if it's right, it's right. You can't help. The heart wants what the heart wants. Mm-hmm. And he would be cool with dating somebody who was friends with an ex. But, there's also a third person in this, and that is her friend. So before she went and, shot her shot with her crush, I thought it would be the polite thing to do to also ask this friend 5 anonymous questions to see if she would be okay with one of her girlfriends dating an ex of hers.
So thoughts on betrayal? How do you feel about me stabbing you in the back?
Stuff like that.
Stuff like that.
Yeah. All right, Jenna, you ready to hear the results here from your friend?
I think so.
Okay, because this will ease your mind. I mean, if she was into it, then it would ease your mind. She might do the exact same thing you're doing, right?
True.
All right, Tommy?
All right, Jenna. So we sent your friend a fake email. We posed as a polling center. And you told us that one of her favorite stores is Sephora. So we asked her to answer 5 questions about friendship for a $50 gift certificate or gift card to Sephora. And she did not hesitate to answer.
That was very crafty.
I mean, it is Sephora.
Yeah.
These were her responses. Question number 1. How do you generally feel about exes dating within the same friend group? No big deal or totally off limits? Her answer, absolutely off limits.
Uh-oh.
There are so many people in the world. Why go for someone your friend has been with? It just feels like a betrayal.
Do we even need to hear the answers to the other 4?
Yes.
No, this friend has not been. This friend has not been single long enough to think that there are so many people in the world. Now, when you find someone you're even remotely, you gotta lock in.
Spoken like a desperate person. If one of your friends was interested in someone you dated, would you want them to tell you first? She answered, honestly, if they were even thinking about it, I'd rather they just didn't. Telling me wouldn't make it better. It would just confirm that they're willing to cross that line.
Oh, no, this is pretty clear.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's the way you're saying it or verbalizing it almost makes me feel like she knows what we're doing.
Question 3. Do you think once a relationship is over, it's fair game for someone else? Or do exes always stay off limits? Her answer? To me, exes should always be off limits when it comes to friends.
It's pretty clear.
I think that's pretty much in the friend handbook. I wouldn't even consider dating someone my friend was with, and I'd expect the same respect in return.
From Jenna.
Question 4. Would it bother you if your ex moved on quickly, or does it depend on who he moves on with? She said, well, I mean, of course, it would suck if he moved on immediately, but I could deal with that. What would really bother me is if he moved on with someone I know.
Oh, man.
That would feel like a slap in the face. And the last question, be honest. If one of your friends started dating your ex, would it be weird or would you be happy for them? She said, weird? No. It would be beyond weird. It would feel like a complete betrayal.
Oh, that B word again.
There are just certain lines you don't cross, and this is one of them.
So she answered the same question the same way 5 times.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so Jenna, you have all the information you were seeking. Your crush opened the door for you. Your friend firmly slammed that door in your face.
And locked it.
And and put like a file
Bolts on
cabinet,
it.
a file cabinet in front of
Tied
it.
it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do with this information?
I mean, I think I would feel, just knowing how she feels about it, even though she's not one of my best friends, I feel too guilty pursuing it. And I feel like if in the future, like in a year or more, it's still an open door, then I'll do it. But right now I'm like, oh, that sounds very clear and makes me feel like a horrible person if I try this.
Jenna, I want you to take my challenge. I don't want to check back with you in a year. I want to check back with you in 1 week. All right, because I think you're feeling it right now. You know the answers right now. But I think you're going to justify this, and I think in a week you're going to feel differently.
I mean, maybe. I feel like you know me, and that's and you don't know me, but that's something I might do.
Yeah, I spent 4 minutes with you. Of course I do. I just think it's human nature, like to know now that he might be into it, and this is a guy that you're into. Even though your friend has said absolutely not, betrayal for sure, no, I still think you're going to go like, well, I said B- friend, but I really think like D+.
It's worth sacrificing,
Yeah,
right?
so we'll check back with a week.
The Bert Show.